Imagine this. You buy a condo in Surrey on a pre-sale promise. You're banking on growth. You're excited for the future. You think you're making an excellent financial decision for you and your family. And then when it's time to complete, everything unravels. You realize you can't live in it, you can't rent it, and you can't sell it without taking a massive loss. It's like buying a brand new truck for 80 grand and a week later seeing the exact same model on the showroom floor for 50K. Same trim, same features, same everything, except now it's on sale and you can't return yours. There's no refund, there's no negotiation, just a binding contract, and that sinking feeling inside of you every time you pass a dealership. Now imagine that same truck, but it's with a 25-year mortgage and you're not allowed to drive it yet. That's the 2025 pre-sale nightmare that's happening right now in Surrey. You're holding a piece of paper that once promised a fantastic future, and now you're not sure if you can afford it, and the market's actively working against you, going down further every week. Developers are discounting better units in the same building, bank appraisals are coming in way under contract price, and buyers are flooded with options and they're skipping yours. If you're holding on to a pre-sale in Surrey right now, you are in a trap. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down what happened, why so many owners are stuck, and what your real options are moving forward. And at the end, I'll share a strategy that could save you tens of thousands of dollars, but only if you act early. So let's start with what the numbers say. Fraser Valley Real Estate Board reports the benchmark condo price at $519,000. That's down 1.4% from June and down 5.8% year over year. Active condo listings across the region are up more than 25% from a year ago. So what that means, more supply, softer prices, and buyers holding all the leverage right now. Sales to active listing ratio, it's hovering around 11%, which indicates a clear buyer's market. Remember, those listings don't include shadow inventory either. Those are units the developer hasn't even listed on MLS, has been waiting onto those units, holding them to sell hopefully at a better price, but that didn't work out. A few months ago, a Surrey developer ran a flash sale up to 25% off new units that weren't on MLS. So the true picture is even worse than the headlines. Then we can talk about the appraisal crisis. Say you bought a pre-sale in 2022 for $650,000. The 2025 appraisal might come back at $585,000. That's a massive shortfall, a $65,000 shortfall to be exact. And since you're in a legally binding contract, you still have to close on it. Still have to pay the full contract price, still cover your legal fees, taxes, insurance, and there's no wiggle room. And here's the part that most people don't know. You can't just walk away. You could lose your deposit, and the developer can actually sue you for damages. If prices have dropped significantly, those damages can be huge, like the $65,000 that I just previously mentioned. So the truth is, the developers are actually competing against you, and this is the part that really hurts. Developers are offering better units, higher floors, better views, nicer finishes, and all the extras that you had to negotiate for if you even got them in the first place. All for less than what you paid. So there's no refund, there's no price protection, and there's no negotiation. You paid more and you got less, and you're stuck. Now, a lot of people are thinking that they could just rent this unit out and they'll be fine, but that's not the truth. Most people think that renting the unit will cover their costs, but that's not what's happening right now because rental market is hurting just as bad as the residential market. Rental inventory in Surrey has surged, renters are picky, and rents are falling quickly. According to rentals.ca, one-bedroom units are down 12.6% from last year, and two-bedroom units are down 10.5% from last year. So your monthly carrying cost might be $3,500, but your rent might only be getting you $2,400. Could you imagine having an $1,100 loss every single month? And that's before vacancy, before repairs, before anything else that's included that you have to take care of as the owner of that unit. And with BC tenancy laws, good luck making quick moves. Plan B is not a safety net anymore with our rules and regulations in British Columbia regarding tenant-occupied properties. Now, another option that people used to be going to is assignments, but that's not saving anybody right now. Because a lot of developers are actually restricting assignments or they're charging massive fees to resell those units. And then others are actually just completely denying the assignments. And even if you get permission, it's not like they're going to let you post it on MLS because they probably have that shadow inventory that they're holding on to, or they might be posting on MLS for their units and not allowing you to post yours. You're competing with 5 to 10 other sellers in the same building and everybody's in this nightmare together. Everybody is undercutting everyone else. Once one unit sells in the development, everybody's going to start to drop their price as well, undercutting each other sale after sale. And that's even if sales are actually happening. So your exit window is shrinking fast. There's more pressure all the time, week after week, the longer you wait. Here's a real life example. One of my clients bought a pre-sale last year. Their plan was to sell their existing condo before completion and then complete on the purchase of the pre-sale. But the pre-sale appraised at $120,000 below the contract price. That means that they would have to come up with that extra $120,000 on top of their down payment, plus their condo sold for $90,000 less than expected. Total loss, $210,000. That's life-changing money for a lot of people. And these stories are becoming more and more common every single month. Now, enough of the bad news. Let's talk about solutions. This is what you need to do right now. Step 1, get a real-time market valuation based on recent sales. We need to be brutally honest as realtors with the prices of units right now more than ever. Step 2, identify your financing gap. Can you close? Do you need a home equity line of credit? Do you have backup equity? Do you have family help? Step 3, talk to a real estate lawyer. Walking away can lead to a lawsuit, and that's not what you want to be doing. You're not just losing a deposit, you can lose more. Step 4, you can try to explore a creative rental income options, furnished rentals, midterm corporate housing, partnership with relocation companies. Check the rules, the bylaws within that building and see what you can do. Your goal is simple, just to reduce the monthly bleed that you could be likely incurring. If you're buying in Surrey, this is your moment. Inventory is high, sellers are motivated, developers are cutting deals that they would laugh at 2 years ago. What you need to do if you're trying to sell is you really need to prepare your listing for the market. You might have to spend a couple $1,000s to get it staged so that you're better prepared against the other units, your media shows better, and you're getting the proper marketing that you deserve. Unfortunately, you're going to be battling against other very motivated sellers as well, as long with the developers too. But a good strategy always beats luck. So what's the takeaway? Sellers who ignore the data are losing six figures. Buyers who understand the data are saving big time. So if you want to avoid massive expensive mistakes, make sure that you're taking care of all these items very early on. You need to be looking out for your financial future. You can't just be waiting till the very last minute to come up with a game plan. You need to be talking with a lawyer, a realtor, and looking at your finances really close right now. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Blake Chancey with Real Broker. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.